All right, this is our last plant group for this unit. Plant group number 5 of trees and shrubs you can find in Utah. Our first one is lavender, scientific name Lavandula angustifolia. It's in the mint family. It's an angiosperm. It has opposite leaves and it's a simple pinnate leaf. It is herbaceous, which meaning it doesn't get woody, like it doesn't produce a lot of wood, but it can near the ground in an older plant, and its fragrant purple flowers can be dried. Angustifolia means narrow-leaved, so it has very thin leaves. So very fragrant, very small shrub, but beautiful flowers, beautiful fragrant flowers. Apple is our next plant, the apple tree. Scientific name Malus pumila. Pumila means common, so it's a common apple tree. It's in the rose family. It's an angiosperm. It has alternate leaf arrangement, one leaf there, and it is a simple pinnate leaf. It has edible fruits because it's an apple tree, so there's an edible fruit, and the leaves are usually kind of hairy underneath. The next plant is laurel leaf cherry, scientific name Prunus laurocerasus. It's in the rose family. It's an angiosperm. And like all members of the rose family, it's alternate leaf arrangement and it's simple pinnate. It is evergreen. The leaves are oval, shiny, and thick, and it can be pruned and grown in groups to make an attractive hedge. I've seen it that way. It's really pretty. And it produces small white flowers in the spring. So it's a shrub, not a tree, and it is evergreen. Our next plant is Japanese flowering cherry. Scientific name Prunus seriolata. I love this tree. Love this tree. Probably my favorite. It's in the rose family. It's an angiosperm. It has simple pinnate leaves and it is alternate. I tried to circle that here. One leaf there, one leaf there. So it's alternate. And it has gorgeous double pink flowers in the spring. The rusty colored leaves in the fall. So let me start that over. It has rusty colored leaves in the fall on some of the cultivars. It has a sharp tip. The margin is serrated, and there are weeping varieties as well. I have a weeping variety in my yard, and I love it. So Japanese flowering cherry, really pretty tree in the spring. The next one is choke cherry, which is also a tree that I like. Scientific name Prunus virginiana melanocarpa. It's in the rose family. It's an angiosperm. It's alternate and it's simple pinnate. So I'm sorry again, I couldn't get an individual leaf. So this is a bunch of leaves. It's a simple pinnate leaf. So here's a leaf, here's a leaf, here's a leaf, here's a leaf. So lots of leaves here. And it's alternate. You can see that here on the branch. The leaves start out green in the spring and they turn purple throughout the summer. So you'll end up with a purple tree. And it produces these white fragrant flowers in the spring, and it is probably my most favorite fragrant tree of the spring. It smells really good. It's a really pretty tree. Next tree is weeping willow. Salix babylonica is its name. It's in the willow family. It's an angiosperm and it has alternate leaf arrangement. You can see that here. It is a simple pinnate leaf and it's a long serrated leaf. So really serrated on the margin, and because it's weeping willow, it has weeping branches. So pretty easy to identify if you have it in your yard. The next tree is ginkgo. Scientific name Ginkgo biloba, and it's in the ginkgo family, and it is a gymnosperm. So, surprise, surprise, it doesn't have needle-like leaves. It has these fan-shaped leaves. But it's not an angiosperm, and so we don't have a leaf arrangement or a blade pattern with this one. It's deciduous. So most gymnosperms retain their needles all winter long. But the ginkgo, the leaves turn yellow in the fall and then they shed, which is kind of unique for a gymnosperm. Males and females are separate trees. Female trees produce a fruit that smells like rotten eggs, and so you generally don't want to plant a female ginkgo tree. But it's kind of a unique tree with this fan-shaped leaf, so it's a unique addition to any yard. Japanese yew is our next shrub. Taxus cuspidata. It's in the yew family, and it is a gymnosperm. It has flat, needle-like leaves. It's evergreen, and it gets pretty big. It can be a medium to large shrub, and it produces these little red fruits. They're not technically fruits because it's a gymnosperm, but it kind of looks like it, so that's what we'll say. The next tree is ponderosa pine. This one's native to Utah. Pinus ponderosa. It's in the pine family. This is a gymnosperm. The needles can be up to 10 inches long and in bundles of 3. So here's ponderosa pine needles in bundles of 3. The cones are 4 inches long. This is a very tall tree. Everything about the ponderosa pine is big. Long needles, big cones, very tall. They can get up to be 164 feet tall. So really big tree that you can find in the mountains. And the last plant of all the plants we'll talk about is the Scotch pine. Scientific name Pinus sylvestris. It's a gymnosperm and it's in the pine family. The needles are almost 3 inches long and they come in bundles of 2. And this is a tree. It gets this light brown orange butterscotch colored bark on upper branches, so you can see that here. This tree is actually dead, but you can still see the coloration of the bark. And this tree is kind of fun because it has sap that smells like butterscotch. So if you go up to a Scotch pine and you smell the sap smells really good. So I don't know if that's how it got its name. It smells like butterscotch, but that's how I think of it and that's how I remember it. So this is our last plant, our last group of trees you can find in Utah.